Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16.
Good evening. You have a better chance of being struck by lightning than winning tonight's Super 7 jackpot.
Not to put a damper on what's become the only game in town, but the odds are 1 in 9.6 million that you'll hit tonight's big lottery jackpot. Despite those odds, multi-millionaire hopefuls have been lining up all day to try their luck. In Wilkes-Barre today, a steady stream of Pennsylvania's Super 7 lottery players, all hoping that they'll have 7 of the 11 numbers drawn tonight. The jackpot at least $21 million. Lottery officials say if only one person wins, that player will receive $800,000 a year for 26 years.
With that kind of money on the line, the lousy odds just don't seem to matter, and Super 7 players all across the state, including here in Philadelphia, are giving it a shot. Officials say 13,000 tickets are being sold each minute. As more tickets are sold, the jackpot swells.
In Pittsburgh, where you have a lot of unemployed steelworkers, people are gambling on winning the prize of prizes. No one has won the weekly grand prize since the March 18th drawing. Total sales so far for this week's Super 7 drawing tonight, more than $14 million. That's more than $6 million of that just came in today. And the drawing is less than an hour away, and players are still lining up.
Newswatch 16's Mark Davis is live in Wilkes-Barre with more. Mark?
Karen and Nolan, you know, if this was a sickness, this would be classified as an epidemic. These lines like this along East Market Street in Wilkes-Barre at the Anthracite newsstand are nothing unusual. This has been one of the biggest days around, but it's been steadier. Now, what about you, sir? Do you play every day?
Not every day, but I play every Wednesday.
Wednesday?
5 foot 6.
What about you? Do you play all the time or just when it gets this high?
Not that often, but when it gets this high, yes.
That's the feeling everywhere. You know what the big thing is? We visited about 5 or 6 different spots today that as people were buying their tickets, and what we found was the big thing this time around is office pools. This is bigger than the World Series or anything else. People are getting together, throwing in $5. Say 20 people get together, showing $5, and then they buy 100 tickets and allow the machine to pick the quick 7. Now, this isn't only big for people who live here in Pennsylvania. It's also a big deal for people on the border states, New York, New Jersey. And as Newswatch 16's Melissa Sanders reports tonight, it's been a big day for border business.
Traveling on Interstate 81, once you cross over from the New York state border into Pennsylvania, Beaver's Restaurant in Great Bend is the first place you hit where you can play the Super 7 game. And a lot of New Yorkers made that trip to do just that. The restaurant says it's the biggest turnout of New Yorkers they've ever seen play the game here.
From 9 till 11:30, the machine never stopped.
And it was obvious this was the first time some tried their luck at Super 7.
Some don't even fill out cards, just come in and say, pick me some numbers for tonight's lottery.
This man's holding on to 150 tickets and praying. It's the first time a group of his coworkers up in Binghamton went in on a pool to play the Pennsylvania lottery, and they do plan to win.
We all split.
Yeah?
Sure, we're not greedy.
No.
1 million each. We'll soon be satisfied for that.
This New Yorker says crossing the border to play here is the neighborly thing to do.
Every license plate says you have a friend in Pennsylvania, so share the wealth, right?
Anything you'd like to tell Pennsylvanians?
Just that I hope I win over them.
In a small Pike County shop, we found more people hopping over from New Jersey and New York, not just hopeful of becoming rich and famous, but confident.
There's the winning lady. I think that's the winning lady there.
This Port Jervis, New York beautician says she'd take the money and run.
So long, Port Jervis, so long, beauty shop.
Unless, of course, no one wins again. Melissa Sanders, Newswatch 16.
If no one wins this time, they're not even guessing how big the lottery jackpot may be next Wednesday. But if it is bigger even next Wednesday, I'm sure the lines will be even larger next time. Now, you may have noticed this time around that the lines move a lot faster. I'm told by the people who run the lottery machines that that's because in recent years, the program of the main computer in Harrisburg has been doubled. So when you call your numbers out or you have the machine pick your numbers, it is done at a faster rate to move people along for days, just like this when the jackpot reaches over the $20 million mark. And we'll be back later on in the newscast from another location with more people hoping to become millionaires in about less than an hour from now. I'm Mark Davis, Newswatch 16, live with the Instacam on East Market Street in Wilkes-Barre. Karen, Nolan?
Thank you, Mark. When Newswatch 16 continues, a Pike County family living with fear.
Plus, cracking down on tired drivers. We'll talk with the people who drive the big rigs.
Think IGA today.
Low-salt Land O'Lakes butter is good for you and your budget. 1 pound quarters at $1.88 at IGA.
In the race to be northeastern Pennsylvania's leading newspaper, there's only one leader, because only one paper has more ads that lead you right to the bargains.
Yo, Ma, new sneaks? Yo, Ma, new sweater maybe.
Hey, Mom, how about a new ball? Yo, Mom, big sale.
That's why when people choose a newspaper that can help them save money, there's only one leader, the Times leader.
Police in Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Virginia are stepping up their fight to stop a killer, truck driver fatigue. Newswatch 16's Dan Fiorucci reports inspectors are out to check up on drivers who are too tired to be behind the wheel.
It is a shocking statistic, but according to a state report, 6 out of every 10 truck accidents are caused, at least in part, by a tired driver. There are laws to keep sleepy drivers off the road. In fact, a federal law that says for every 10 hours you drive, you've got to take 8 hours rest. But talk to most any truck driver, as we did, and he'll probably tell you those laws are largely ignored.
Every day. No. You got to.
Why is that?
Well, same way you go punch your card to get your paycheck at home. You go up there to your work, you go in there, you punch your card. If you're late, what happens? You get docked. Us, we get docked the whole day. We got to set to the next day to deliver.
Truckers say if states would raise speed limits from 55 to 65, then it would be possible for trucks to make deliveries within the 10-hour federal limit.
All right, you got a 10-hour trip, which is 500 miles, okay? Okay, you're running 55 mile an hour, and then you hit a hill, you're crawling up at 10, 15 mile an hour, and they expect you to make that run in that 10 hours. You can't do it. You got to drive 12 to make it.
Since it seems unlikely the speed limit will be raised here in Pennsylvania, authorities hope random checks of truckers will help discourage tired driving. But truckers say no matter what the laws are regarding rest, they have to get in there 500 miles a day or they just can't earn a living. Dan Fiorucci, Newswatch 16, Northumberland County.
And the Weather Watch is next with our chief meteorologist, Tom Clark.
And a lot of people are wondering how the Easter weekend is shaping up.
Yes, I've been watching that closely today, and we'll talk about that from the backyard when we come back. And also, we'll talk about when the heaviest rain should fall over the next few days. You're watching Newswatch 16 on WNEP TV, and we're proud to serve Milford and all of Pike County.
Next to low prices, clothing is our claim to fame. Customers tell us they want clothing that goes together. So we have coordinated mix and match. It makes it easier to shop for outfits. And we have it for the whole family, priced low every day. We've got more coordinated mix and match than competitors, and I mean more. As far as we know, nobody but nobody even comes close. Because next to low prices, clothing is our claim to fame.
Albert Finch, you're eating better than ever.
Who, me?
Sure, you're eating Stoneman's new fiber goodness bread.
I thought this was white bread.
It is, but it's got as much fiber as 100% whole wheat, so white bread can be an important part of your balanced diet. Oh, now fiber goodness comes in hamburger and hot dog rolls.
Well, looks like Albert Finch will be eating better at picnics and barbecues, too.
New fiber goodness. I make sure the goodness is baked in.
Well, I guess Tom Clark will have that umbrella in hand for the next few days, right, Tom?
I think we all should, Karen, anyway. There's a slow-moving storm affecting us, and it looks like we'll see the heaviest amounts of rain this week on Friday, and then hopefully some slight improvement coming in over the weekend. There's just a light shower falling now out back, only just about 1/100th of an inch so far today in the rain gauge. Our first annual Weather Watch 16 air conditioner contest is underway. And the first and second prize winners will each win one of these room air conditioners. This model was top rated by a leading consumer testing organization. And we also have 40 runner-up prizes. Our 40 runners-up will choose either a WNEP TV baseball cap or a WNEP TV coffee mug. Now, here's how to enter. On a postcard or on the back of an envelope, put your name, address, and telephone number, and the exact date and nearest full hour when you think it will first reach 85 degrees in the WNEP TV backyard. For example, 11 a.m. on June 1st. Now, we won't open envelopes, so print your entry on the back of a postcard or an envelope, and please print clearly. You can mail your entry to Air Conditioner, WNEP TV, Wilkes-Barre Scranton Airport, Avoca, Pennsylvania, 18641. Entries must be mailed, and they must reach us 3 days before the temperature hits 85 here in the backyard. Now, in case of a tie, a random drawing will be held from among all the correct entries to determine the winner. And good luck. Now, tonight, in New Boston, down there in Mahanoy Township, Nicholas Fort tells me it's 48 degrees down there and cloudy. And Kyle and Ryan Razor from Milford tell us 55 out there tonight and cloudy skies. And Ed Watts in Unityville tells me 50 with a heavy overcast at this hour. And there's a view today near Milford in beautiful Pike County. Streams flowing well due to the rains we've been having. 54 out back, the humidity is 50%, the wind is from the south at 8, and the barometer is holding steady now at 30.05. High today, 59 degrees, and 50 the low this morning here. 83 and 22 are the records, and some rain, a high of 52 1 year ago. Satellite view shows a couple of storm systems. One is dying out over Kentucky, and another one now forming over the Carolinas. Those are the thunderstorms now moving off Florida that spawned some tornadoes today in central Florida. And up to the north, we have a high over Maine, and the clockwise winds around the high and the counterclockwise winds around the low will combine to sustain a steady stream of moist air over Pennsylvania right through Friday. Here's the radar view. Some light rain showers now breaking out over eastern Pennsylvania. Heavier rain down to the south, and the 8th grade students from the Tunkhannock Area Middle School heading down to Washington, D.C. the next few days. And take along your rain gear. It's going to rain there tomorrow and again on Friday, and some of this heavier rain will finally move up into northeastern Pennsylvania by Friday. So for tonight, some light rain, maybe just cloudy over the parts of Wayne County and Susquehanna County. Just some light showers and sprinkles in central Pennsylvania, or in the central part of our viewing area. Up to 2/10 of an inch of rain possible in the central part of the state. And temperatures tonight in the 40s, and the wind will be out of the southeast at 15 or less. The sunrise time for tomorrow will be at 6:23, 7:44 sunset tomorrow. So here's our forecast for tonight. We'll have some showers and sprinkles, and nothing too heavy. A mostly cloudy day again tomorrow. Again, some showers and sprinkles, but I think most of the time it won't be raining. Then on Thursday, some heavier rain coming in, 56 degrees. On Friday, passing shower is possible. A correction, make that Thursday for when the heaviest rain should be. And then Saturday, partly sunny skies, and Easter Sunday shouldn't be too bad at this point. I think I have my days wrong here. I'm confused now.
That's all right. We got the message anyway. Easter Sunday should be good. We're going to tune in at 11 to make sure now. All
partly
right?
sunny on Sunday, and next few days keep the umbrella handy.
All right.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Thanks,
Tom. The Sports Watch is next with Tim Carlson and spring football.
And remembering the anniversary of an historic baseball event.
Well, this is it, fans. It's all come down to this moment. This is where it all gets decided. Johnson steps in, checks the signs. He makes a few adjustments and goes through the motions. Talk about a classic confrontation. The heat is on, and boy, you can really feel the tension. Johnson's reaching way down. He's digging in. Here's the delivery. Look out. What a shot. He's going back, way back. He's heading for the wall. It is going, it is gone.
Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
And that's it, folks. The ball game is over.
Last shot, 40.
3.9% financing. Last chance for cash back. Time's running out at your Pontiac Pace Center. Now's your last chance to get 3.9% GMAC financing on any new Pontiac you buy. Or your last chance to buy or lease and get up to $1,200 cash back depending on model and equipment. You must take actual retail delivery from dealer stock by April 30th. 3.9% financing or cash back. Now's your last chance at your Pontiac Pace Centers.
And now we're going to get a history lesson from Tim Carlson.
And we'll have a quiz after I'm done. So
Okay, I'll take notes.
I'm not going to make up a quiz. It's too much work. I know there are a lot of Brooklyn Dodger fans around here. You especially remember what happened 40 years ago if you're one of them. Jackie Robinson became the first black man to play Major League Baseball. Actually, Robinson was the first black man to play Major League Baseball in this century. It did happen in the 1800s. Brooklyn Dodgers general manager Branch Rickey was the man to give Robbie the chance. Rickey recognized Robinson's great ability on the field, and Rickey also knew Robinson had the kind of character to withstand the pressures of being baseball's first black major leaguer. Robinson went hitless in his first game at the old Ebbets Field against the Boston Braves, but he did go on to hit .297 and win Rookie of the Year honors in 1947. Robbie played with the Dodgers for 10 seasons, retiring in 1956. He was elected to the Hall of Fame in '62 and passed away some 10 years later at age 53. At the site of Ebbets Field in Brooklyn today, there was a ceremony commemorating Jackie Robinson's first game 40 years ago, the day that changed the game of baseball forever. It's still early in the season, so they're still playing quite a bit of afternoon baseball. They includes the Boston Red Sox with Texas up at Fenway. And the Rangers are already up 2-1 in the fifth, and Pete Incaviglia singles to score 2 more runs, and it's 4-1 Texas. But in the sixth, the Sox take the lead all at once. Over the Green Monster it goes. Dwight Evans with his 3rd career grand slam and his first homer of the year. The Sox win it 5-4 as we take a look at the scoreboard in the American League. There you see it, Boston over Texas. Minnesota leading Oakland 5-2 in the bottom of the 9th. In the bottom of the 7th, it's California 4, Seattle nothing. On to the National League, just 1 game. Pittsburgh beat the Cubs this afternoon in 10 innings, 3-1. All the major college football programs, including Penn State, get their kids together at this time of the year for spring practice. Even many of the smaller schools around here, including Bloomsburg, do the same thing as the big boys. Well, yesterday, the Huskies took spring practice on the road to Wilkes-Barre. Sports Watch 16's Albie Oxenreiter stopped by to find out why.
It was close to 70 degrees on Tuesday, and in the sun, it felt more like summertime. But at Memorial Stadium in Wilkes-Barre, they were playing football. 130! These are the Bloomsburg Huskies, fresh off another winning season. Now they're trying to win the attention of football enthusiasts in the Wyoming Valley.
I wanted exposure, and I talked to a lot of the coaches, Mickey Gorham and whatnot, about coming up, and they thought it would be a good idea. So give you a chance to just see what we have and the type of kid that we're playing with, and also that we want to be involved in this area.
The goal of any football program is to get better and better each year, but the Bloomsburg Huskies are going one step further. By having scrimmages like this in Wilkes-Barre, they're showing the people of the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area exactly where this program is going.
We want them to see that Bloomsburg has quality football. We're in an area where Penn State is a big Division I program, the national champion, and we want to show them that there's quality football at another level, and that's Division II.
The thing that I was trying to do, and I think we're in the right direction, is start a winning tradition at Bloomsburg University. And we've had 3 in a row, which is the first time in about 32 or 33 years, and it's important for us now to get the 4th winning season.
I think we're looking at a really good year. We've added an 11th game, and I think it's the program is where it should be right now at Bloomsburg. We're very optimistic about it.
The real football season's still over 4 months away, but already it looks like the Huskies are in full bloom. Albie Oxenreiter, Sports Watch 16, Wilkes-Barre.
You know it's tonight, don't you? The Phils and the Mets again. Highlights on the Sports Watch 16 update, of course.
Of course.
See ya.
Thanks, Tim.
Okay, Tim, thank you. And when Newswatch 16 continues, more on Lottery Madness.
We'll take you back into the great lineup of 1987 next.
This is a beer that's everything a fine imported beer ought to be. It's brewed with all natural ingredients, the way fine imported beers are brewed. Bottled in tall green glass, the way fine imported beers are bottled. This is Rolling Rock Premium Beer, brewed by the Latrobe Brewing Company and imported in bottles and cans from Latrobe, PA.
13,000 Super 7 tickets sold every minute today, and I'll bet a lot of them are coming from our area.
Newswatch 16's Mark Davis has moved now to Public Square in Wilkes-Barre. How are they selling there, Mark?
Well, Karen and Nolan, as you can see behind me, the line is over here, too, where Leo Mattis is on the square. Now, to give you an idea just how busy today was, this looks like it's going to be a record breaker for this particular lottery store. On a normal day, here they sell about $1,000 worth of tickets. Today, they're nearing $4,000 worth of lottery tickets. Everybody trying to get that Super 7. You pick 7, the lottery picks 11. If it matches, you win. And tonight it's going to be $21, $22, $23 million. They're still totaling it up in Harrisburg. Now, also, very important, the drawing tonight, 6:59, right here on Channel 16. Now, we know that there's a lot of people out there with a lot of numbers that you're going to have to start checking real quick. So the numbers will be shown on your screen an extra time right after they're validated. So watch PM Magazine, the beginning of PM Magazine. The numbers will be put up an extra time so you can take your time to write down your numbers and then check all your tickets. And judging from the business here and the business we've seen all over the area, there's a lot of tickets and a lot of numbers that have to be checked, all hoping to walk away tonight with that $1 million, $25 million, or whatever it's going to be, jackpot prize. I'm Mark Davis, Newswatch 16, live with the Instacam on Public Square in Wilkes-Barre. Karen and Nolan, I'm going to buy some more tickets. I'll see you later.
Okay, Mark. Good thing it's payday today.
Yeah.
That's Newswatch 16 for Wednesday.
Be sure to join us tonight on Newswatch 16 Update when we'll let you know whether there is a winner in tonight's Super 7 jackpot drawing.
World News Tonight is next. For the team, thanks for being with us.
Enjoy your evening.